Last year's grand finalists Wet Up suffered a heartbreaking defeat in their opening match. Having dominated large parts of the game, they were ultimately undone by an Adam Mook rearguard innings, and an ordinary final over from Gavin Merrifield saw them snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. HOWZAT crawled their way to a respectable total, but it was no match for the six offenders, and in particular Nathan Hancock, who hammered them to all parts, earning a bonus point on the way and leaving HOWZAT with an awful lot of work to do as we enter match 4. Welcome to the WCG for match 4 of the 2018 Australia Day T20 Big Bash, and it's D-Day for both sides as HOWZAT take on Wet Up. With both sides losing their opening fixtures, a loss here will almost certainly mean curtains. Captains are ready and in the middle for the toss. It'll be Daniel Hancock of Wet Up to toss, and he'll call. He calls Hills, and it is a hill, and he's won the toss and elected to bat first. So it'll be Matt White to open up the batting here for Wet Up. Had a pretty ordinary test series by his standards, and he'll be looking to make up for it in this competition, and we'll be looking for a solid start. So it'll be HOWZAT skipper Brendan Scott to bowl to Matt White of Wet Up. In now, it's a full delivery. Matt goes for the drive, and it's a big play and a miss first up. It was there to be hit, but it's a bit of a nervous stroke. Scott to continue to White. There's no score on the board. In now, it's a short delivery. Matt plays it away on the leg side, and that'll be the first boundary of the match. Loose delivery there from Scott, and White has pounced on it. It's a positive start. Scott will continue to White for the third ball of the innings. In now, it's another short delivery, and Matt White has played this over the house. He is shattered with himself, and rightfully so. This one was a bit shorter, and he just hasn't been able to get over the top of it, and Wet Up are one down. Gavin Merrifield is the next man to the crease for Wet Up. Comes in with his side in a bit of trouble at 1 for 4 in the opening over. We'll be looking for a positive start to lay to rest the demons of his last over in the opening fixture. So it's Scott into Gavin Merrifield now. Oh, and it's hit him on the legs. That's beaten Gavin, but his legs are in the way. Scott knows that was close to sneaking through, but Gavin's defences were just about sound enough. So this will be the final ball of the opening over. Wet Up 1 for 4. As Scott will continue to Merrifield. It's a full delivery which Merrifield plays on the leg side. He's also going to scamper through for a single. Oh, this could be tight. This could be tight indeed. It's been given not out by the umpire. There's no review system in place today. Oh, this is going to be tight. Oh, he's well out. A reprieve for Wet Up and Gavin Merrifield. How big of a moment will that prove to be? It's Terry Thompson who will bowl the second over of the innings. As he bowls to Merrifield. It's a full delivery. It's a bit of a leading edge. And it's played to Scott on the offside for no run. Wet Up 1 for 5 in the second over. He'll be looking to get a wriggle on.
How's movie that, doesn't it? A genuine
Psychedelic, baby.
Oh, that's been swung high and long into the Edwin Smith stand. 6 more.
This time full and 4 more. Just a bit too full there from Stuart Broadden. Punched away.
Wet Up 1 for 16 into the third over, which will be bowled by young Costa Savas, who starts with a full delivery and it's played to Scott on the leg side for no run. Merrifield turning one on here for his side. 12 not out at the moment as Costa Savas bowls again, and it's a beautiful delivery. It's a bit of a wild stroke there from Merrifield, but it's a great delivery. Savas will continue again to Merrifield. He drops it short this time, and Merrifield plays that onto the fence on the leg side and will just scamper through for a signal. 1 for 17 now, Wet Up. This has been a good over from Savas. 3 deliveries into the third over, and he's only conceded the 1 run. Great stuff from the youngster. Here is he'll continue again to Merrifield. It's a full delivery. Merrifield hasn't played a stroke. There is a brief appeal there from HOWZAT. And we don't have the front on footage for this delivery. Oh yeah, that looks like it's sliding down leg side. Looks a good decision. Final delivery of the third over. It's been a fantastic over so far from Costa Sabas. He drops it short again. Oh, I think this has gone over the fence. It has. He's finished the over with a wicket. It's the big wicket of Gavin Merrifield. Frustrated from being tied down in this over. And he's hit it over the fence. Young Daniel Hancock, the last man in for wet up. 2 for 17 as we enter the final over of the innings. And it'll be bowled by Brendan Scott. Can the youngster get him up to the mid-20s? Here is Scott. Will come in now to Daniel. It's a full delivery and it's a bit of a leading edge. And it's gone for 6. That's a great start to the last over from Daniel Hancock. Didn't look in full control of this, but it doesn't matter. He's hit it for 6. 2 deliveries left in the final over. Wet up 2 for 24. Scott bowls now to Hancock, who's hit it into the bin. That's the end of the innings. That's unfortunate for the young man. He's absolutely crunched this, but he's crunched it into the bin on the full. Wet up, and in particular Gavin Merrifield, were cruising through the middle part of their innings until a brilliant third over from Costa Sabas pegged them back. Wet up were bowled out for 24 in the final over, which is a competitive total. Will it be enough to stave off the HOWZAT challenge? So it's the shagger, Terry Thompson, who strides to the wicket. He'll open the batting here for HOWZAT, and we'll be looking to get them off to an explosive start. So it's 25 to get for HOWZAT. It'll be young Daniel Hancock to bowl the first over of the innings. In now to full delivery, which hits Terry Thompson on the legs. Looked like he was going to sneak a single, but thought better of it. That's a good start from Daniel Hancock. No wicket for 2 as we enter the last ball of the opening over. Hancock bowls and it's a thick edge, and it's the first wicket down for HOWZAT. Terry Thompson goes for a duck, and HOWZAT are 1 for 2 after 1 over. It'll be young Costa Sabas to bat at 2 for HOWZAT. Struggled to lay bat on ball in his opening knock at the WCG. He'll be looking for a different result this time. It'll be Matt White to steam in for the second over. He's bowling around the wicket to Costa Sabas, and that's down the leg side and will be a wide.
Right straight through him. Whether or goes, Christian. He's been great with the ball recently.
The inaugural winners are in a spot of bother here in the opening over. They are 2 for 2 as their skipper walks to the crease, the last hope. Got HOWZAT home in a thriller against Wet Up in last year's edition. Can he do it again? White steams into him now. It's a full delivery, played on the leg side. Oh, and it's hit the support beam of the fence. And it will only be the 1 run. He's desperately unlucky for Scott. Positive start nevertheless. 2 for 5 as we enter the third over of the innings. It'll be Gavin Merrifield to bowl around the wicket, and it's a good delivery which rears up at Scott. Fields it off his own bowling, and it's a priceless dot. HOWZAT required 20 off 9 deliveries. They've got some work to do as Merrifield will continue to Scott. Around the wicket, it's a full ball, and he's hit it for 4. That helps. Merrifield over pitches and pays the price.
A bit more salt in it, wasn't there? And pepper.
Sure.
It is, that's beautifully worked to the leg side. It was short and over off stump, if not outside, but Bell dragged it across.
Merrifield under pressure again as Scott is off to a flyer in this over. As he bowls again to Scott, and it's gone for 6. Well, it's happening all over again for Merrifield. And can Scott do it again? HOWZAT requires 6. A huge delivery now coming up for Merrifield, the last of the third over. He now comes into Scott. It's a short delivery, it's played on the leg side for 4. And HOWZAT are nearly there. It's Groundhog Day for Merrifield. And HOWZAT require 2 now. So it'll be Matt White to bowl the final over of the innings. Can he be the hero for Wet Up? As he comes in around the wicket to Scott. Oh, that was touch and go. But the call goes with Matt White. And Wet Up live to fight another day here. 2 for victory required for HOWZAT off 4 deliveries. As White will bowl to Scott now. It's played on the offside. It will just be the 1. But scores are now level. And could we be going to our 2nd consecutive super over? Or will Scott get the business done yet again against Wet Up? 1 to get off 3 deliveries as White continues around the wicket. It's a full toss, it's played to the boundary. And Scott is the hero yet again for HOWZAT. The captain stands up when required, and HOWZAT is still alive. So it's another story of the one that got away for Wet Up. And they now have a mountain to climb if they're going to make the finals. HOWZAT were 2 for 2 in the opening over when Scott strode to the wicket in their pursuit of 25. But he guides them home in the last over to keep their tournament alive.